So the other night, we're sitting here on the couch. We're watching
The
Knicks
Knicks.
playoff. And
Go Knicks.
Knicks Celtics. Jason Tatum goes down, Knicks survive, Knicks
terrible.
prevail, Knicks advance. But they're showing, all she ever comes in and says, who are they, who are the
That's
celebrities?
not true. It's not the only thing I know
That's all
who's
she
winning.
cares about.
I know.
Who are the celebrities?
What do I like to know?
I don't
who's
know. They
there?
haven't really shown anybody, and I didn't really
well,
notice.
it's the Garden. Don't you think that they're
So
celebrities?
she just happens to walk by, and at that moment they flash on Timothée Chalamet.
Who I love.
You know, so do I. You know,
With Kylie Jenner.
with Kylie Jenner, and
Can't take it anymore.
you know, I've been reading this and that about, are they for real? Are they really a couple or not? And excuse me, I'm stuck here.
Sorry.
Yeah, and she wonders also. She's not sure, but you make the point to me. What's he doing with her?
Well, I can't take it anymore.
And I'm saying, well, she's a Kardashian, right? Or
Right, that's
sort
the
of.
problem. I
right.
mean, I don't know. I'm not the only one that is a little tired of the Kardashians.
I know, but
we're over. I don't know what even the word is. Over the Kardashians.
Okay, but
It's
I'm
been
doing
now, it's
the guy's
Kardashians.
perspective.
Yeah, but
She's pretty. She's sexy.
Yeah, she's pretty,
She's
whatever.
alluring. She
Yeah,
has
okay,
that
great.
sort of aura, that mystique of, she must really know how to do this and that in bed, because
my
that's
God.
what the Kardashians know.
oh please.
Oh, come on, that's their whole
She must
MO.
really know how to book appointments for plastic surgery. That would be
Okay.
another
All right, touche.
specialty
All
of
right,
hers.
but
and
she
every
looks
Kardashian.
good, and she's had
Yeah.
how many kids? Like
Two kids.
2 kids with
but-
Travis Scott.
Okay,
or-
here's the story.
I don't even follow
Timothy
it.
Chalamet, in my opinion, is first of all, he's a New Yorker, so I love him immediately.
Born and raised.
But
Yep.
he's so down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
He's so, if you watch the CBS Sunday Morning where they take him back to his old neighborhood.
I did.
In New York, and he's in Hell's Kitchen, and he's so, that Bob Dylan that he did was the most
It was
amazing.
really
he should have
good.
won the Oscar,
He should have
but
won.
he didn't.
Agreed.
He's the most down-to-earth guy, and then you couple him with one of the most
So it's
overexposed.
real plus not real.
This is like
Yeah.
going back to the old Hollywood studio days where they would set up the stars just so they would have 2 stars together, and then all of the viewers and the moviegoers would think, oh, look at this is wonderful. These 2 amazing stars are in love, and they weren't in love. It was a setup from the studio. And to
Happened
me,
a lot.
if you look at the track record of the Kardashians with athletes and actors,
Okay, but time
they
out.
don't
All right,
last.
okay, but
Or rappers.
what happened in old Hollywood was that either the man or the woman was gay, and so
Yeah.
they would pair them up with
Yeah, but-
heterosexuals
but-
to sort of send the
But
message
it
to the
wasn't
public.
always. It wasn't
This
always
is a
gay.
long time
No,
ago.
but that wasn't always gay because I know, because I'm working with
Mm-hmm.
Ann Moses, who was the editor-in-chief of Tiger Beat, which was a
Yep.
magazine for entertainment and
Yep.
music before anything else.
Mm-hmm.
She was dating one of the Bee Gees, the famous Bee Gees singing
Yeah.
group.
Okay.
And while she was dating Maurice,
Mm-hmm.
he was living in London most of the time. They set him up with Lulu, who was a recording star.
I thought Lulu liked him. I
No,
thought
but they
that
were
was a
set
thing.
up as a. They were set up as a. She was a pop star and he was a pop star, and then they ended
I
up
thought
marrying.
she pursued him,
No, it wasn't that way, but it was a setup at first because.
but they weren't
want-
trying to beard anything.
Well,
or-
no, but it's not just always bearding. It's about giving the people what they want. They want to see stars together. So now you have Timothy, who's a huge star, not making as much money as Kylie is making. But what I'm saying is, it's just the most. It's the craziest
Okay, because
two
the
that you're going to put
clash is
together.
between completely authentic and Timothy
And completely
and
unreal.
inauthentic
So
and
and
Kylie.
he looks again. We're going to talk about Belichick, but he to me looks a little bit Belichick-ish when he's with her. That he's with this Kardashian over-the-top plastic surgery, fake, everything that you can say, and he's with her, and he's kind of sheepish looking.
like
It's
he's
just
embarrassed to be out with
it's
her.
just like, I know I'm with her, but look at us, we're together. That's what I see. And
Okay.
I'm tired of the
All right,
Kardashians.
What if
number
he's
one.
just dating her and it's just like a fling for him?
Well,
what if
supposedly
he's just
they've been
having
together
fun?
2 years, but what
2
I'm
years?
saying is the
Yeah.
track record for these women with these men really have not been good. From Humphreys
Yeah,
to
Chris,
we can go
yeah.
down the line to Harden
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the rapper list.
Travis Scott. Yeah.
Kanye.
Kanye.
I mean, we just go down the and
Okay.
Lamar.
Yeah. Lamar was another.
So-
okay, you got me. Okay, I
That's
get
my
all
take.
that, but
she may be very nice. She may
I
be
know,
a
but-
very nice person, but I just
but maybe
seeing them
Timothy is
together.
just saying, I'm young, I'm unattached, but I enjoy being with her because she's hot. Maybe she's hot
But
and
isn't
she's
there
cool and
anything more
she's
than
hip.
being hot? I mean,
Well, sure,
hot
but
is not.
But if they've been together
all
for 2
it's
years,
at.
then it's the hot wears
I don't
off
really
after
think
about
it's a
1
2-year
year.
where they're just constantly together. He's traveling all over the world. She's traveling all over the world. So if you actually counted the days between the 2 years, I don't think it's 2-year total 365 days a year,
Okay.
as if you're dating somebody who lives around the corner.
Are you saying they're good for each other, though?
I think they're good for each other's
image-wise?
publicity.
Yeah,
Of course.
right. Not that
She
he
has-
needs that much publicity,
No, but,
but
listen,
she does.
he wasn't as in the spotlight until
Yeah.
she became on his arm.
Yeah.
That's really helped him catapult him even into a bigger
So you're saying
category.
he was a complete unknown before
No,
a
I
complete
mean, he was
unknown?
not a
No, he was
complete
not.
unknown. I love Timothy. I think he's a great talent, and I think everyone knew who he was before, but this adds a little punch to it.
Okay, but women want to look down their noses at the Kardashians. Wait,
No,
her
it's
father
just
is.
Bruce Jenner.
It's hard for me to
It's
believe.
not looking down. I mean, there are a million people out there, millions of people that
Okay.
love them. I'm not one of them. I'm just tired of them.
Yeah.
There's a point where you just get tired of, I mean, how many years have they been in the spotlight since Ryan Seacrest put them in the spotlight?
Yeah.
And then now their kids are getting into the spotlight. So it's generational now for the Kardashians to keep themselves in the media. And the
Okay.
momager, she's become the superstar, and then it just keeps going on and on.
She's got a
And
new
I don't know if-
commercial that's pretty great with the two guys wearing these glasses.
I
Right?
worked with her back in the day when she was with Bruce Jenner and she was managing his career and he was doing Tropicana ads. And
Okay.
she was not the nicest person to work with because she's a hard-ass
I know.
businesswoman, but
she is.
she built an empire on nothing.
So I knew Bruce Jenner back in the day that he was
He
a
was
big
really
sports
Bruce
star.
Jenner
He was really Bruce Jenner.
before he was
and
Caitlyn.
He was the triathlete, and yeah, before he was Caitlyn. And I did a couple of TV shows with him, and then this is going way back when I was at the Dallas Morning News. I once met him thanks to his PR guy or agent or somebody. I met him at DFW Airport. I was at the Dallas Morning News to do an interview with him. This is when he was hot. He was on Wheaties
Oh, he was on
boxes.
the- yeah,
right?
he was everywhere.
He was on the front of the Wheaties box. He was
Well, he was the Olympian.
America's darling
Yeah.
as an athlete. And so I wrote a column about him, and he was on his way to do a music video with the Village People, who were at that point,
A big group.
they were huge, but they were openly
YMCA was one of
YMCA,
their
but they
biggest
were
hits.
openly
They were all gay.
gay. They're all gay, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
They
the
did a
background, but
parody. One was a cowboy, one was a construction worker.
YMCA.
yeah.
Okay, so
They're part of pop culture.
I had some throwaway funny line about it's okay.
Yep.
I was just getting worked up, but I had this throwaway thank you, funny line about wait, the guy on the Wheaties box is going to do a music video with the Village People. It just seemed clashy to
Right,
me. It seemed shocking
Right.
to me, a culture clash. When in fact, it wasn't a culture
I guess
clash,
he was
right?
starting out.
Right.
Okay.
But he got mad at me. Then I saw him a few years later, before a TV show that we did, a Jim Rome show together. I liked him. I thought he was a good guy. He was fun to talk to, good golfer, great
very
athlete.
handsome.
He was very handsome. And so then I look back at the Village People and I think, okay.
He
So
must have been friends with them.
okay, but it was the first sign of, well, he's just different, which is
Yeah.
great. But it was very different for the time.
I just back to
Okay.
this. I think the Kardashians, for me, it's like up to here.
Okay, well, I got it,
up to there.
but just understand, from a guy's perspective, at a glance, and I'm just glancing, I don't know anything about Kylie
She's
Jenner.
beautiful.
But she looks great, and
She looks
she's hot,
great.
and the way she sort of presents herself in public, it's like stylishly sexy
And
to
she's
me.
a
It's not
billionaire.
trashy
She's a
sexy, it's
billi-
stylish.
She's a billionaire.
I'd say.
You know,
Okay,
so-
so all right.
Go Timothy.
Okay, so speaking of that, that leads into Belichick.
Another
Okay, and I have a new opinion on this off something I read about Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. But, okay, so the newest update on Belichick,
twist.
Jordan Hudson,
Right.
is Bill did do Good Morning
Right.
America with Michael Strahan, and you were offended by it because he immediately
it's a
said,
joke. I mean, here we go again.
As
He's
soon
out
as
to
Strahan
promote his
asked him
book, and
something-
then when Michael asked him, and what about the relationship with Jordan? He said, "Come on, Michael, we don't want to go there.
Well,
we can't
didn't he
talk
say,
about,
"You know we can't
you
talk
know
about
we
that"?
can't talk about that." Well,
Okay.
then, and then Michael was just like, "Oh, okay, so then now we just have to talk about the book." It's so ridiculous. And again, to me, he looks so sheepish. Again, he's a fish out of water. He doesn't want to talk about, he was the most closed off when he was a coach, didn't want to speak. Now he's put in this position to talk about the book, but he's got the deal with her going on, and everybody wants to talk about that, and he's saying no. So he looks even worse than he would work. He should just talk about it and just say, yeah, I'm dating her. Yes,
Well, he
she's
has
much
acknowledged
younger.
it, and he says she's his muse.
Right, but you can't let her take over your life. That's what's happening. That's why they hired a publicist to come and work with him now,
Okay.
if he's going to keep his job as of June 1st.
I am going to repeat what I told you from the
Yeah.
start. I was reading a piece that I saw on Yahoo, I think, and it was a breakdown of, is the Timothée Chalamet Kylie Jenner relationship real? So they asked like 4 PR experts, and the final guy they asked was like a crisis manager, PR wizard.
Yeah.
And the last guy said, and these were the closing quotes in the piece, that it's interesting that we're discussing this and everybody has an opinion on it.
There we go.
And he said, isn't that the point?
Yes.
Okay, well,
We're
that's
sitting here talking
okay,
about them.
Okay, that's the point I've been making about Bill Belichick. I believe this was contrived from the start
No, I don't
by
think
a
that- I don't
shrewd
think it went-
operator in Bill Belichick, a scoundrel in Bill Belichick.
He may have, but I don't think he
Okay.
thought it was going to go the way that it went, because I don't think he knew she was going to be. Who did we know that came over or we talked to that said they worked with her and him? Don't you remember? And said she's completely insane, as
Okay.
in really insane.
All right, fine.
Not Kardashian, Hudson.
Yes.
Remember, he said, I worked with them and she's crazy.
Okay.
It was sad. That's what they told us.
Okay, I get it, but I also told you, if you look at it from a football perspective, he failed miserably his last 4 years without Brady in New England.
Right.
And if you look at him in his career without Brady, he's way below average. He got exposed without Tom Brady. The whole league shunned him. He went through 2 hiring cycles and couldn't get hired by another
Oh, I know,
NFL
I
team for
remember.
whatever reason. He's older, he's 73.
Right.
And all of a sudden, North Carolina says, hey, we got to get back in business, or they've never really been in the
Right,
football business.
right.
They're always in the basketball business. And so what's the fastest way to get back on get on the football map? It's to go hire Bill Belichick to coach college football at North Carolina.
Yeah.
And Belichick's thinking, well, now it's different because now you can go recruit players. In pro football, you can't recruit anybody. You have to depend, you can recruit them in free agency occasionally, but you have to depend on the draft. And to have a quarterback like Tom Brady who can help you recruit free agents and then help control the locker room so it doesn't rebel against your old school tyrant coaching style. And in Carolina, he's saying, man, I'm starting over trying to recruit 17 and 18-year-olds. I need help. I need
But that's
internet
not why he went out and
publicity.
got a
I need
girlfriend.
social
But
media.
That's not why he got the
Okay,
girlfriend.
but I'm sure it fell into place, and he's thinking,
think he
I
thought of
need
that.
her. I need all this.
I don't think
because
so
as
at
the
all.
PR wizard said in the piece about Chalamet and Jenner, we're all talking about them. Isn't that the point?
Yeah, but it's
well, we're
what I
all talking.
told you.
Belichick is getting extraordinary publicity over this that he never would have had without her.
But it's the same thing. I know
Extraordinary.
that you don't care about Meghan Markle,
Yeah.
whatever. And it's not like I'm a
just
big
don't
fan,
follow
but
it.
I read about it because
Okay.
it's in your face also. Everyone in the world, they have a problem with her of what
Yeah.
she did to the brother, her husband, and the husband doesn't talk to the brother, and they don't go back to England anymore, whatever.
Okay.
Everybody talks about her, they despise her, they hate her, whatever they
Whatever.
do. And yet when she has her special on, and she has a cooking show, and she walks around her house, and she's got her nice clothes on, everything she wears and everything she cooks sells out in 1 minute.
Okay, she
you
married
go.
into the royal family.
Right, but-
and she was an outsider on
Well,
the
she was
inside.
an actress, but the
okay?
thing is,
All right.
people may not like her,
Yeah.
but they go and they buy everything she sells.
Okay.
Everything she's wearing, she has a sweater on, it sells
Kylie
out
Jenner
in 2
is a
minutes.
billionaire. Jordan Hudson
Well-
has potential to be a billionaire at this
Yes.
point, right?
Well, she's got a lot of real estate, which is kind of crazy.
Okay. So she's going to become the most famous Jordan in Carolina this side of Michael, right? She might eclipse Michael Jordan. Not
What did
in
Andy
money,
Warhol
but
say?
15 minutes.
Everybody gets 15 minutes
I
of
don't
fame.
know. She's
I think
on
she's-
course to
she's
have
kind of like
15 years.
It's going from 15 to now 12, maybe.
Yeah. I think Belichick's running circles around you right now because
I
the
think you're-
world is on fire
No,
with Belichick.
They don't.
The
he's-
kids are all saying, "Man, Carolina must be the place to be." It's on
yeah.
fire.
Oh yeah, there must be duplicates of Jordan we can all date. Please, we could all go out double dating.
You don't
with
think
Bill.
the 17-year-olds are thinking Coach Belichick's still
No,
got his
no,
fastball?
I don't think so.
No?
No, they'd rather be with Kylie.
Yeah, I think he's pulled one over on you.
I mean, I would take Kylie over Jordan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, she's smart. She has
Okay.
a company that's worth billions of dollars.
Yeah. Hey,
Whatever.
where are you going? Are you getting bored? It's
Whatever.
okay.